Hello and welcome to Samadhi. Today is Tuesday, May 8th, 2018, and we are here in the noisy wetlands. And you know what? We picked such a beautiful spot, but we have people doing their job as well.
Yes,
so just ignore the background noise and enjoy the scenery behind us, and let's take some deep breaths. Maybe by then they'll go someplace else and do their work.
Actually, when we hear that noise, we hear the manifestation of the desire to feed his family, to feed himself, to give a better life to those that don't. So when we hear that noise, it could be noisy, but it's all your perspective of it. Because that noise right there is a hard-working individual doing what he can with what he knows, with the ability that he has to help those that he cares about. So that noise is music. Listen to it. Respect that music. That's his symphony. That's his instrument that he plays music with. Just like a musician plays music with their instruments, he plays music with his instrument. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have clean sidewalks. We wouldn't have clean yards. Because I'm sure he cuts the yard and he tends to the trees and to the plants. So that's beautiful. So let's take a deep, cleansing, purifying breath of reverence, of adoration for this presence, no matter the circumstances, no matter the situations, no matter the noise, the music. Allow that presence to blossom from inside you. Exhale. And just be in this moment. Take a deep breath in of life, of energy, of consciousness, of your consciousness. And let's all receive. Thank you, everyone. And see, that's the thing. It's a good example today because even as we breathe, if we allow the noises to distract us, then we would give the excuses to the noises, which is really music, to distract us from something that's already within us. So, the word for today is happy anniversary to our friends.
Yes.
Mark and Ginger, we love you guys. They're celebrating today their monthly anniversary. Happy anniversary, guys. We love you guys. Haha, my favorite word. Oh my gosh. I didn't even tell you. I was going to tell you that let's make a video of wisdom before we were at the daily word. No need. It's on wisdom. Because I have something to share about wisdom.
He's almost done. He's at the bottom of the steps.
What I have to share about wisdom, let me get closer because I don't want the reason when there's noise that you don't hear this message. Because the music's a little loud. Wisdom came to me this morning and I was led to even do a video on wisdom, which will be coming soon. Because we got a very busy day today with our outreach in Mexico. To so many people that are hungry for wisdom. How do we manifest and experience wisdom that's already within us? Wisdom comes from the act of surrendering, of controlling the control of knowing. The more you want to know, the more you study, the more you investigate, the more you do the external work, the more wisdom seems to evade you. The more wisdom seeps to, just like when you're about to grasp it, it's like water. You can't hold it in your hand. As soon as you want to grasp wisdom, it escapes, it eludes you, because you can't trap wisdom. You can only surrender to it and it unfolds from within you. But how does wisdom unfold from within you? That was my message this morning that came to me. The only way that wisdom unfolds from within you is if you stop judging and limiting Lady Wisdom. That's why it's called Lady Wisdom, because it's a feminine energy. And it is an energy that you can't see with the external senses. You gotta stop judging what you think it is and allow Lady Wisdom, Sophia, to blossom from within you, because it's inside you but you're looking for it out there. Lady Wisdom cannot show up unless you detach from controlling it to show up, so it can be already showed up where it is, where it can reveal itself where it already has been. And I was reading Proverbs this morning, and it talks about Lady Wisdom. And that's what really inspired me to talk about wisdom today. Because it says, all the riches in the world do not touch Lady Wisdom. You can't buy it. You can't earn it. You can't fight for it. You can't argue it. You can't justify it. Lady Wisdom has been before we've even existed. It's always been here. When we look at the trees, we see wisdom. When we look at the water, we see wisdom. When we tune into the breath, when we align with the breath, we align with wisdom. So, inner wisdom guides my way.
Now you can back it up a bit.
And the thing about it is this, before I go on, that Lady Wisdom, Sophia, for those that know, that Sophia was the elemental representation of wisdom. And the thing about it is wisdom comes when you can allow what is resistant and what is allowing to merge. Because it's all one and the same, it's just your perspective of one or the other. So, to birth wisdom, you must unite. What is it? The groom and the bride. The bride and the groom, I was looking for the word. The bride and the groom of your consciousness. Wisdom will not show up if you're looking from one side or the other. Because wisdom is the completion of the knowing inside you. That's wisdom. It's not how smart you are. It's not how hard you've worked. It's not what lineage you're born into. It's not what you've had or what you didn't have as a kid. It's not what you have or you don't have right now. Because all the riches in the world cannot touch wisdom. Just look at all the money in the world that's right now. And we're falling apart as a society because we're getting so distracted by the appearances, the illusory satisfactions of what we think is good. So, that being said, like I said, we'll have another video because I was just getting started. That was my message that I wanted to share. And not a coincidence that today's word is wisdom. And Spirit just gave me something. If whatever's holding you back from realizing your wisdom, allow yourself to let it go perceptionally. Allow yourself to let it go emotionally. Allow yourself to let it go. Whatever's holding you, no matter how great, no matter how immaculate and magnificent something is, if it's holding you from allowing wisdom to blossom from within you, let it go. And if you physically gotta let it go, let it go. I'm not saying you have to let go of everything, but let go of everything here. And if you feel led to from your heart, always follow your heart. Let it go. So, and you'll really discover the true riches that are within you. So, throughout my life's journey, inner wisdom guides my way. Inner wisdom guides my way. Throughout my life's journey, I am constantly developing healthy and vibrant relationships with others. Yet I may make mistakes along the way. It has been said that wisdom comes from learning. Learning comes from experience. Experience comes from mistakes. I think that was loud. Yeah. Okay. I thought that maybe the truck would get in the way. I'm going to say that again. It has been said that wisdom comes from learning. Learning comes from experience. Experience comes from mistakes or lessons. That may be conventional wisdom, but there is a greater wisdom. Let's see what it has to say. That may be conventional wisdom, but there is a greater wisdom that I can tap into at any time. When facing a challenge or opportunity about which I must make a decision, I immediately call upon my higher wisdom, deeper wisdom. I engage this wisdom with my faith, my positive expectancy, and my quiet mind. There's a reason why we do Samadhi, because it's not just positive expectancy. Because positive expectancy could be keeping you from realizing the wisdom that's already there. Because when you're expecting positivity, you're not looking at what's keeping you stuck, so you can become unstuck and realize something beyond positivity, which is actuality. Because reality could be something that we want, but actuality can be something that what we want is keeping us from realizing, because we're not willing to let go of what we think we want to the greater knowing within us that is allowing this knowing from within us to blossom into what we're actually here to do, each one of us. So, I'm going to repeat that. I engage this wisdom with my faith, with effective expectancy, peaceful expectancy. I like that. Peaceful expectancy, because the exterior is not going to make me at peace. The peace is within me. So if I focus on my inner peace of expectancy, knowing that I am at peace, then where I am outside is not going to shake me from what I think I need, or what I feel I need, better said. Inner guidance. And my quiet mind, that's peace. I do not need to know every step of the way ahead of time. I trust my inner knowing and proceed with confidence and clarity. Key word there. I trust my inner knowing. Trust requires a surrender. Trust is not trying to control. Just look at the word trust. When you trust, you let go. In holding on to something, that's not trust. You must let it go in order to not just talk about trust, but faith with actions is to do the act of trust. And it says, can I see your phone please? It says in Proverbs 2:10, for wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Let's see what the message says, because for wisdom will come into your heart, meaning it's already there. And knowledge will be pleasant to your soul, meaning you won't need it, but it will complement, meaning it will be pleasant to the soul, but you won't need it. When you trust the who of who you are, the knowing unfolds from within you. So anything that you read out here, I mean, even when we watch movies, we said it the other day, that we could watch a movie that seems like it's like no point in watching it, but it's just the knowing from within us unfolds in the movie, and we get what we couldn't have got if we didn't do that inner work. So Proverbs 2:10. And the title to the chapter says, make insight your priority. We prioritize everything else, but the greatest priority is insight, meaning turn your sight inwards, not outside. Insight. 2:10. 9 through 15. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let me see. Okay, here it is. So now you can pick out what's true and fair. This is 9 through 10. So now you can pick out what's true and fair. Find all the good trails. Lady Wisdom will be your close friend, and Brother Knowledge your pleasant companion. See, that's the marriage that I was talking about. It's right there. Lady Wisdom, you can't see wisdom. Brother Knowledge, you can look for knowledge. That's the yin and the yang that brings them together. Good sense will scout ahead for danger. Insight will keep an eye out for you. Okay. So it says now you can pick out what's true and fair. It doesn't say, listen closely, it doesn't say what's positive and feels good. Listen to the words. So now you can pick out what's true and fair. Find all the good trails. Lady Wisdom will be your close friend, and Brother Knowledge your pleasant companion. Good sense will scout ahead for danger. Insight will keep an eye out for you. And that's what people call protection as well. People think they need to be protected, but when you focus on that inner world, that inner kingdom, you realize that you don't need to be protected. You are encompassed in the essence of the presence of who you are. So, that being said, anything, Ali?
Do I have anything? The last part where it said insight, Michael translated it as saying insight will protect you.
That says insight.
Yeah, but you translated it as to protection.
Oh yeah. Insight, make insight your priority.
No.
Right here. So now you can pick out what's true and fair.
Insight will keep an eye out for you.
Oh yeah.
And Michael translated that into protection, and we talked about that in a previous video. And even though if my gray hair may seem like, okay, maybe she's full of a lot of wisdom, right? She has a lot of experience. But what I will say is that I've always known that when God is with me, I am protected. That insight keeps an eye out for me. So I follow my heart. I follow my heart with a genuine knowing that I put God first in my life. So whatever comes towards me, God will never give me more than I can handle. And whatever it is, I go through it, face it, and rely and trust. Michael talked about trust. And I just trust that inner knowing that whatever it is I set my goals, my eyes on, it will all work out the way it needs to work out.
Indeed.
So that's my 2 cents worth.
Thank you, Ali. So those that seek wisdom, stop judging it. Allow it to unfold. And use intelligence, but use your inner wisdom. And let them come together so you can speak and be the truth that you are. So, thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe to our videos so you can get the latest and greatest from the Sea of Wisdom in Samadhi. Because that's why it's called the Sea of Wisdom. Because not everything that we put out is beautiful and it's just to sound good and put roses on and you know, it's like this is not a show and tell. This is a authentic message that we have experienced that we want to share with you. Transformation doesn't come from covering up with positivity. Transformation comes with seeing it in the moment as it is and looking in the depths of you, within you, so you can see the truth around you, but first within you. That's why it's called the Sea of Wisdom. So just meditate on that today. Meditate on wisdom. Allow wisdom to be your friend. And don't judge wisdom because life is not going the way you want it to go. Because that's why it's going that way. When you stop judging wisdom, you will learn the lessons in the most unimaginable circumstances and situations. You can look at anything and find the wisdom in it. Because we sure do. Thank you, everyone. Blessings to you all. And remember, inner wisdom guides your way.